I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Titans Annual Issue number 1. What happens when the younger members of the superhero community come face to face with their mentors? Well, let's find out together, shall we? Hey, so here's a question. Have any of you out there ever been in one of those trap rooms? Because that's basically how the comic opens up. Both the members of the Titans, who are former sidekicks, and their mentor counterparts wake up in an abandoned space and have no idea how they got there. They figure that if someone was able to grab them without their knowledge, then this has got to be pretty serious, and one by one, everyone tries to take charge of the situation. Aquaman goes first, claiming that as the senior member of the Justice League on site, he should run the operation, but you know, Wally and Tempest feel that Nightwing is their leader, so maybe they should defer to him. This whole jockeying for seniority and control thing will be a theme all throughout this issue. In fact, the only two people who don't seem to be fighting or talking over each other is actually Wally and Barry, who are just happy to be working together again. In fact, Barry says probably the sweetest thing about Wally in this issue: he's more than his ward, more than his sidekick, he's his friend and his legacy. Aww. Now, who could possibly have trapped all of our heroes here, and for what dastardly purpose? Well, it turns out that villain is actually the Key. Yeah, wow, what a pull. This character hasn't been active since 2014, although I get the feeling some of you might very well remember him when he showed up briefly in the Justice League animated series. He's also received something of an overhaul, now looking like an extra in a Marilyn Manson music video. The long and short of his origin is that he was a drug chemist for Intergang when he started experimenting with some mind-expanding drugs, breaking the cardinal rule of any drug chemist, getting high on his own supply. He was gifted with mind-expanding powers and saddled with a weird lock and key fetish. The Key, as we discover, was actually hired by a mysterious third party of whom we never actually get to figure out who they are. The big plan is to have the Justice League and Titans in the same space together, make them super paranoid, make them distrust one another, and in hopes that they will eventually try and kill one another, in doing so revealing their weaknesses to the Key. In a very clever piece of writing, they remembered to take Wonder Woman's lasso of truth away, again one item that could very easily have broken this entire story. Another compelling piece of writing comes in how the two separate teams deal with one another. The Titans are friends, they feel they can trust each other, there's a bond there. The Justice League, on the other hand, well, you know, they're co-workers first and friends second. Trust doesn't come as easily to them, especially to the likes of Batman. It's also really hard to trust that no one around them is an illusion or a fake when the Key keeps sending highly elaborate robots and simulated parademons in to mess with our team's heads. Now, one thing I really was not expecting about this issue, but I was pleasantly surprised about, is the focus they put on the relationship between Donna Troy and Wonder Woman, a relationship that has been the victim of a lot of discontinuity over the last little bit. You see, when Batman starts scanning for non-humans that he believes to be part of the simulation, he ends up zeroing in on Donna, and I mean, that makes sense. She's not human, she's made of magical clay. This means Wonder Woman, who has been acting really coldly to Donna, is forced to step on in and save her by revealing her dark origin, how she was created as a weapon to destroy Wonder Woman, but Diana was able to stop this from happening by manipulating Donna's memory, making her believe that she was orphaned and raised by the Amazons. Hey, was this what happened in the Finch run, or are they retconning this now? I never read the Finch run, but I know Donna was made of clay in that version. As you might have guessed, this news absolutely breaks Donna's heart, but on the upside of it, the negative energy that she lets out psychically is enough for Lilith to zero in on their position. And yeah, from there, all the heroes basically bust their way out. Yes, the walls were that flimsy that as long as they were able to stop fighting for a few seconds, they could just bust them down. Everyone ends up apologizing and shaking hands on a job well done. The Key slipped away because of course he did, but his mysterious master is still out there and will no doubt be making trouble for our heroes down the line. So there you have it, everyone. Titans Annual number 1, and what an annual it was. So much of this new Titans run has been about re-establishing and reaffirming the Titans' relationships with each other. It really only makes sense that they stop and take some time to reaffirm their relationship with their mentors. You know, except for Superman, who has no counterpart on the team. Same goes for the Green Lanterns, both of them. But perhaps the most poor of all is actually Roy Harper, who is a former sidekick. It's just unfortunate that Green Arrow isn't a member of the Justice League right now, so he had to sit this one out. If If I was to borrow a piece of TV terminology, this comic is definitely a bottle episode. By which I mean no one really leaves one space for too long, and it's all about exploring how people react when they're pushed. By far, I gotta say, I think the Flashes absolutely steal the show in this one. They're the most useful in terms of being able to use their powers, and the relationship and how different it is from everyone else definitely takes center stage. Overall, a very enjoyable issue, one that I'm sure will also please longtime Titans fans. Overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Well, there you have it, everybody. Another Titans book on the book. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see some more, why not give some of these on your screen right now a try? Furthermore, want to keep up on when the newest videos are coming out? Well, there's no better way to do that than to head down to the description of this very video and check out my many social media pages. I got Twitter, I got Instagram, I got it all. Hey, want to get exclusive videos and content before anyone else? Then might I suggest checking out my Patreon page? That's right, for as little as $1 a month, you can support me, support the channel, and get to see videos before anybody else. It's a real win-win. So, until we meet again, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you in another video.